Hello, Grape family. Thank you all for tuning in on this week's weekly recap video. I know we are a bit late, but I guess it's better late than never. So, without wasting any further time, let's just dive straight into the video. The TVL of Grape Finance is sitting at $500,000. This is because Grape is sitting at $0.07 and wine is sitting at an incredibly low of $2.6. Let us take a look at the chart of Grape token. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The chart does not look very good, as well as the price. This is the first time that the Grape token has went below $0.1. Now LB in the previous AMAs have discussed that there may be chances that we move to a more sturdy peg, which means that Grape in the future might become a stable coin. Of course, that will require a lot of work as well as a migration for the current Grape holders. So sit tight and let's see what the future holds. That is it for the Grape token. Let us now move on to the share token, that is the wine. You can see a steep decline right from $15 to right now at $2.6. This is because technically speaking, wine right now does not have any sort of utility. Since we are below peg, the wine does not emit any Grape token, which means there is no incentive to hold for people. And that might be the reason we are seeing a lot of sales in wine. But there's still some hope. The emissions for wine token is set to end in Jan 2023. From then on, wine will no more be an inflationary token. Plus, the vinium revenue should start rolling in a month or two, which will give wine an incredible use case of revenue sharing. So if you believe in Grape, this is some pretty cheap price for the wine token. That is it for the tokens. Let us now move on to our NFT collections. The first NFT collection is the winery NFT collection. The floor price of the winery collection is sitting at an incredibly low of 1.5 AVAX, with a total listed count of only 74. Now, if you're lucky and you see this video on the right time, there's some pretty cheap goblets to scoop up. By cheap, I mean 9 AVAX. They are pretty cheap considering the fact that how rare they are. LB with the team has still been thinking to give some sort of utility to the winery collection, since there have been only a few airdrops in the past few months. So let's hope for the best. Alright, that is it for the winery collection. Let us now move on to the vintners. Again, I think the floor price of the vintners is the most stable thing in Grape Finance right now, because it has been stable at around 1.5 AVAX floor price for the past few months. The total listed count is also incredibly low at 38 listed. Stick around till the end of the video and I am going to share some amazing news regarding the winemaker game. That is it for the Grape token, the wine token and the NFT collections. Let us now divert our attention to the presses for a bit. To check all the three presses into one place, all you have to do is click on this dashboard and go to the presses. All of the three presses, that is the wine press, the Grape soda press and the solera press, will be available for you to see in just one place. The first press that we will take a look at is the wine press. In the previous week, we saw the contract balance sitting at a figure of 9,500 WineMIM LP tokens. So compared to the previous week, the contract balance is down about 600 WineMIM LP tokens. Before you start panicking, this is completely normal and there is no need to worry. As mentioned in the docs, you are guaranteed a 90% of your investment into the wine press. I'm talking about the WineMIM LP tokens and of course not the dollar value. The value of these 8,921 WineMIM LP tokens is $37,000. The dollar value is low because the wine is sitting at $2.6. Let us now move on to the another press, that is the Grape soda press. In the previous week, the contract balance in the Grape soda press was right at 120,000 Grape Xgrape LP tokens compared to this week's 115,000 Grape Xgrape LP tokens. And the value for those tokens is $60,000. Again, a decrease of 5,000 Grape Xgrape LP tokens from the contract. But as I said, there's nothing to worry about. This is completely normal for a press. Okay, that is it for the grape soda press. Let us take a look at the final press, that is the solera press. No significant move in the deposits in the solera press, but the deposits have somewhat increased compared to the previous week of 2.2 million S vintages token to right now at 2.4 million S vintages token, the value for which is $11,000. Only in the solera press did the deposits increase compared to the previous week. In the future, we could see some new presses like the presses for grape meme and the press for grape. Of course, nothing is set in the stone yet. Let's wait for LB's confirmation. That is it for this week's update. Let us now discuss a bit about what was talked in the previous AMA. But before discussing anything else, I want to tell you all that the Grape Walrus nodes has officially ended. The holders of the Grape Walrus nodes were airdropped Xgrape and X Walrus instead of the underlying LP because LB mentioned that he wanted to reduce the liquidity for this pair. You can take a look at the announcement in the Discord server of Grape Finance. Now, what you can do with the Xgrape token and the X Walrus token. Let us first discuss about the Xgrape. The first thing that you can do is pair your Xgrape with grape and stake it or lock it in the soda press. And then you can use some of the rewards as collateral in the vinium to borrow against. Or if you love your Xgrape, all you have to do is simply hold Xgrape into your wallet and then let it auto compound. Moving on, what you can do with your X Walrus? Well, you can stake your X Walrus in Frozen Walrus to earn W share, and then you can prepare for the Glacier launch. That is it for the Grape Walrus node. Now let us discuss a bit more about the existing nodes. First is that we all know both the Grape and the Grape meme swapsicle nodes are set to end because the APRs are no more attractive for the new money to keep coming in. This has resulted in a cascading effect where the stakers have started to claim with no new money coming in, and then thus the APR falling to an incredibly low of only close to 4% and 15% for the Grape token. So, since we all know that both Grape and Grape meme swapsicle nodes are going to be migrated, what's the best option for the Grape and Grape meme swapsicle node holders? A few people asked if they should compound before being migrated or they should wait for the migration and then compound. Well, it completely depends upon you. Let me state that the migration will be based on your allocation of the pool. So, if you claim right now, you are going to reduce your allocation and then thus less shares after the migration. On the contrary, if you compound now, you increase your share and then therefore you get more allocation after the migration. So it really depends on the holders and the decision is up to you. Another news regarding the nodes is that the Grape node might get its own press. It might function same as the solera press. But LB also mentioned that this isn't finalized yet, so we should wait for more confirmation. Alright, that is it for the nodes. Let us now talk a bit about Xgrape. A good news for all the Xgrape holders, you will be able to use Xgrape as collateral in Vinium possibly before Christmas. So think of it as a Christmas present for all of you. Again, there is no strict timeline, but we can expect to see something before Christmas. Like Xgrape, other yielding assets are coming to Vinium, which you will be able to use as collateral. That is it for the Xgrape. Let us now talk about everyone's favorite play to earn game, that is the winemaker. We discussed in the previous recap video that the winemaker game is going to be its own thing. So we can expect that the winemaker is going to go independent. And we can expect to see some actual play to earn mechanics in the winemaker game, other than just taking your NFTs and recharging them. To make this possible, we have partnered with Magic Oven from the Magic Protocol. Another update is that the Cocker Mint is going to be happening before Christmas. LB mentioned that he is filing some small details and we can expect to see the mint going live either before Christmas or on Christmas. The last and the final thing that I want to discuss regarding the winemaker game is the recharge for the NFTs. A few people mentioned that the recharge is no more efficient, so LB mentioned that he might reduce it even further to make it efficient. All the actual numbers and figures are being looked at right now thanks to our OG member Chenkal. Alright, that is it for the winemaker game. Let us now discuss the daddy utility, that is the vinium. Will you look at this? The total market size of vinium has increased to $60,000 compared to the previous week of, I guess it was $55,000. This is after the fact that there has been no actual marketing for vinium. So if you ask me, this is an impressive figure. Okay, moving on. Let us now discuss what's coming to vinium in the next month and in the future. Well, the most anticipated thing is that people want to see revenue sharing. Now for revenue to be shared, there needs to be actual revenue to be produced first. You may ask when that is going to happen. Well, LB mentioned that in the next month, we are officially going to go multi-chain with vinium. And then we can expect some revenue coming in after we have increased our TVL. Once the revenue starts coming in, the wine holders can stake their wine in the winery and can earn airdrops in blue chips and possibly in stable coins. With the launch of multi-chain, the leverage pools will also be launched. All of this is set in the next month, so fingers crossed. Other yield-bearing assets such as GLP and Crypto are going to come in vinium. You will be able to use them as collateral to borrow against. There was a question in the past AMA. There was a question in the previous AMA. Someone from the community asked why there was no meme that can be used as collateral. Well, the answer to this is there is no sufficient liquidity for meme on AVAX, which is a bummer considering the fact how successful meme is. So if the liquidity for meme changes, we can see meme in vinium as well. That is it for this week's update and this week's recap for the AMA. Now, before ending this recap video, I would like to discuss something with you all. What is the actual future plan for the Grape token as well as our ecosystem? All of the things like the NFTs, the winemaker game, vinium, Grape finance come into one umbrella. That is a big umbrella if you ask me. Getting serious, we all know that after the launch of Grape finance, it was discussed that this seigniorage model was a bootstrap phase for Grape finance, which means that eventually we will have to move on from seigniorage mechanism to something more sustainable. Now, what would that be? That would be moving from earning Grape when above peg to fees with token emissions. So our main goal right now is to bring in actual revenue that we can use to pay the token holders. We would no longer be dependent on the inflation and new money coming in to pay the existing holders. So for now, getting revenue is the main thing. But how would we get revenue? Well, the single answer to that is vinium. Once vinium establishes its dominance in the market, we can expect to see some actual revenue coming in, which then the revenue will be used to pay the holders of the wine token. So this was the future plan for the Grape ecosystem. But what about the actual Grape token? Well, I'm happy to share with you all that there can be a possibility where Grape token becomes a stable coin. Of course, there will be a lot of hurdles in the process and we will probably have to do migration of the existing tokens to a new mechanism. If we are going to follow a hard peg stablecoin, then the seigniorage mechanism is just too volatile, which means we will have to move away from the seigniorage mechanism. Trust me, we want to bring in something new to the DeFi, not just another reward token. So yeah, that is the plan for the whole ecosystem and the Grape token. That is it for this week's weekly recap video. Thank you all for tuning in. See you in the next video.